Hi, welcome to Steve Chats Wrestling, hashtag SCW right here on YouTube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. You can subscribe right now and please leave any comments if you have any in the comment section. They're going to do a news and rumour roundup video for you now, so plenty of topics to get into, including John Cena, Vince McMahon, Raw this week, as well as the New Day. Let's get straight into it. John Cena is no longer working full-time for WWE. He has apparently cut back on making appearances at WWE live events. Some would say that his schedule is becoming much more limited than it is throughout his career. John Cena's wrestling career has a lot of miles on it, and his success outside of WWE proves that wrestling is a passion, but not necessarily for him for his career. That's according to allwrestlingnews.com, and they've also gone and saying on the same website from ringsidenews.com that John Cena is actually scheduled to work less WWE live events this summer. Cena's taken to Twitter account to respond to these reports and says, "I have not earned a slower schedule. I've earned the opportunity to challenge limits of work capacity. Hashtag never give up. Hashtag hustle." Well, personally for me, live events, John Cena has been doing this now for 14 years. If he's going to carry on with WWE for a long term, shall we say, he does need to think about his schedule and think about his health as well, and not be in the ring all the time. Of course, that will give us perhaps less TV moments of Cena at a WrestleMania or a SummerSlam, for example, Raw or SmackDown on the brand split. For me, I think this is a better thing for Cena and will give him more longevity, personally. Of course, as well, Cena might look to do some outside projects. He's done a few cameo roles in movies. He's been involved with WWE movies. He does a lot of charity work as well. So to be expected to be in the ring all the time, it does take a lot on the body, and he is aging. So for me, really, I think he has earned this sort of opportunity to not be in the ring as much. And like he says, a slower schedule, really, it's not a slower schedule. It's just the fact he does more things than just wrestling in the ring. Personally, for me, I think live events could go amiss. I don't think he's going to be missed too much. And as well, this gives an opportunity for the new guys to start making headways on the live scene, because let's be honest, if we don't start pushing these new guys to be main event caliber superstars, they're never going to quite get there. So that's my view on it. But we'll move to the Wyatt family next. Now, apparently they were recently on ESPN Sports Center segment, during the interview, Bray Wyatt actually the following comments to say for The Rock initiated a challenge for WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. The Rock is the biggest star in the world, period. It was a moment for me as well, especially because I was walking out and seeing 100,000 fireflies, and this was something of beauty. Being out there with The Rock, it was cool, I guess I would say, but I would also have to admit that we have some unfinished business. If you're listening or watching Rock, I would love to finish it at WrestleMania 33. Now, for me, this would be a great match to see. I think they would have some great chemistry in the ring. Could potentially have some good segments on the mic as well, if Bray Wyatt was allowed to expose himself and not be necessarily bullied down by The Rock, which we know The Rock can do. But for a match itself, I think it'd be very good. The only thing I want, though, is if Bray Wyatt's going to be at WrestleMania next year, I want him to pick up a victory. He's not won yet at WrestleMania, so I don't see him doing that if he was to face The Rock either, but that's just my viewpoint on that. The ringsidenews.com suggesting the New Day could be about to split up. Now, the New Day are one of the hottest acts in wrestling today. At the same time, when Raw and SmackDown continue to suffer from repetitive matchups and lack of storyline progression, Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods' weekly antics have been an island of fun for WWE's ocean of complacency. They're bright, exuberant and consistently entertaining. Now, I agree with that personally. They are entertaining. They're not always for me. Some of the things they do are devoted more to children, but they are actually more of a breath of fresh air than not on the mic, and necessarily not when they're thrusting, but certainly when they're on the mic, and the in-ring work as well is pretty good as well. It's pretty solid, and it looks like they're going to actually surpass the tag team championship record of the past 10 years of Paul London and Brian Kendrick as well. But however, in recent interactions, as we've seen with the Wyatt family, how this now links together, suggests that the highly successful group might be about to end. Xavier Woods, of course, hasn't been himself, has he? He was the founding member of the New Day as well, but you could see that he has made it clear that he's not really on side with Kofi Kingston and Big E, not taking the threat of the Wyatt family seriously. He says that the New Day isn't going to survive if they don't start taking them seriously. Of course, he's going to stand by the side for the match itself. It was shown on the WWE exclusive, but with the brand split nearing and Woods teasing that he might not be on side with his guys, this could be a sign to the New Day splitting, according to Ringside News. And behind the scene, there's a lot of debate on whether the split will happen with the New Day, and if this happens, would Big E get a major singles push on one show while Kofi and Xavier Woods remain remained as a tag team on the opposite show. The reason that this possible split is due is to Vince McMahon feeling that the roster is lacking some top stars as he sees main event potential in Big E. At this time, he preferred to actually speed things up on that eventual push rather than just wait for the New Day to run its course. Now, sometimes some of the best factions I've ever seen have actually been cut short and moved on to the next thing. And sometimes it's nice to see in WWE that actually we just move on, but at the same time, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And of course, Big E, he has got potential, but I don't see him actually being a guy that's going to actually run the top of the main event scene on any draft number. So for me personally, I'm not so convinced that this is a good idea. I would keep the New Day together for the meantime. Maybe when they've lost the belts, maybe another 6 months down the line, maybe they could look towards doing that. But personally, for me at the moment, I understand the draft is coming up and would be a good opportunity just to make that break, but I don't want to see any teams breaking up with the WWE brand split. Speaking of Vince McMahon, it's been announced on the website that he's going to be available on Raw this week. After weeks of a huge power struggle, it says on WWE.com, for control of SmackDown Live, WWE's chairman returns to Monday Night Raw. Will Mr. McMahon weigh in on the recent battle between Stephanie and Shane McMahon, or does he have a different COO in mind for the Blue brand's latest chapter? Well, this is best for business. This is what we need now. We need to know who's going to be running Raw and SmackDown on the draft. If you want my prediction of what's going to happen, personally, I think Vince McMahon is going to say that it's going to be a bit new. Not one of these guys that's going to be that's been coming in each week. We've had these previous SmackDown general managers. They're not going to be in control. It's going to be Shane or Stephanie, and it's going to take 7 days, and he's going to decide the night before. That's going to be my view of what he'll probably do. I think as well, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do for the opening draft pick as well. I'd like them to maybe actually pick their first draft pick and maybe have a match announced then for SmackDown, that they could pick that on the Raw the night before. You could see them perhaps Stephanie pick Seth Rollins, Shane McMahon pick Dean Ambrose, and then they could have their match that's rumored potentially for the first SmackDown on July 19th on Tuesday, which would be on the USA Network, and of course for Sky for the people watching in the UK. And that way they'd have their first draft pick sorted. Then the winner of that match then could make the following draft pick. It would be very interesting and really would be good with Battleground just a few days away as well. Rumours are as well that Zack Ryder will be challenging Rusev for the United States Championship coming up Battleground. Expect that program to start as of from Raw. Of course, there was the challenge made on SmackDown, so it looks like it's going to be going that way. WWE's also announced there'll be a battle Raw to crown a new number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship on Raw, so I have to wait and see what is going to happen from that. It's according to WWE.com. Of course, there was the where he walked out in a match with Kane for the Intercontinental title match a couple of weeks ago on Raw. Let's hope it's not Kane that's going to be winning this battle Raw. Hopefully it's going to be someone fresh to give Miz a match at Battleground. But I don't have a prediction just yet on that. Maybe we'll look to see who's in the match first before we start making any calls on that one. But if you have any calls who you think it might be, then please leave it in the comments section of this video. And if there's anything else that we discussed in this particular video, do let me know in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you've enjoyed this video. That's been the latest news over the weekend so far. If there's any more, I shall bring it to you on this channel as always. So thank you very much for checking it out. This is Steve Chats Wrestling, #SCW, and thank you for checking this out right here on YouTube.com.